had to do my screen a little bit differently. I'm working with two screens. Who usually have like a million screens that they work with, because you can't do just one screen now. All right, let's see. All right, so this is an overview. Thank you so much for coming in so you can learn about this amazing, innovative product. So my name is Sharon Labrocca, and I am a board certified family nurse practitioner who is traditionally trained and decided that I wanted to go into the integrative space during COVID when things just were going awry. And so I opened the longevity boutique in Las Vegas and was introduced to LifeVantage through Marisa, who is on the call today, because she said the word or the phrase NRF2 activation with oxidative stress. And I thought, well, people usually don't use those terms or know what it is. So I got immediately intrigued and then came on into the company. Then we recently acquired Love Biome, and through that acquisition, I met Miss Jatasha Harris, who is here with us today. So I'm a MC1 in LifeVantage, and Miss Jatasha is she is a success leader. All right, I don't have control of my slides. Hang on one second here. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute and then start again because I want to be able to control the slides a little bit better. Hang on. Okay, found it. So yes, I'm going to have Miss Jatasha introduce herself, but she is just an incredible powerhouse who resides in Raleigh, North Carolina with her 3 kids and her husband, and they do this business together, and they have been just killing it. She is a rock star. She is about helping people in the network marketing space as well as people in, the community so that everybody can thrive. And so Ms. Jatasha is going to share with us on the aspects of the new product that we acquired for gut activation. I'm so excited about it. So we're not only activating cells, we're activating the gut, which we all know everything begins there. So what we're going to be looking at is our body's silent battles. We go through seasons in life, okay? And we don't know really what's going on, but there are a bunch of things going on that's creating oxidative stress, it's stressing the system, and causing our cells not to function. I wanted to add this little blurb on stem cells. Now look at this, at birth, okay? We have one stem cell produces 1 billion healthy cells per month. At 30, one of these cells produce 20,000 per month. Are you guys seeing a trend here? Okay, at 60, look at how much we go down to. All of this is a result of oxidative stress and the fact that our cellular communication goes down and we no longer have the capacity to clean our cells up, to heal, to regulate our systems. And so this is important because we don't feel this going on, right? And this is happening just on a normal basis, just naturally as we age, but also because of modern day living. We have being bombarded by our diet, toxins, different things in life, stressors that we don't really realize. And by the way, these things are happening 20, 30 years before you see disease emerge. So we really have to look at what's happening at the cellular level. And this slide is amazing. You can see a healthy cell and the damaged cell and what's going on with oxidative stress and unhealthy gut and how that is the root of so many illnesses. These are some of the things that we feel related to oxidative stress. Look at this, guys. Chronic fatigue, energy, pain, brain fog, headaches. We at LifeVantage are not supposed to say we treat disease. We don't treat disease, okay? But there's so many stories, and the relationship between oxidative stress and inflammation is undeniable. In fact, if you look at medical literature, inflammation is the cause of many chronic disease states like Alzheimer's, diabetes, autoimmune states. So if we address this inflammation and reduce oxidative stress, it really goes a long way to help us with how our health states are overall. So why are we feeling so terrible, right? Headaches, insomnia, pain, all these chronic illnesses that are coming about, all of them, maybe I shouldn't say all, but many of them is related to the oxidative stress and inflammation that our system has to endure. So we have a choice. There comes a point where you can make a decision, okay, of how you're going to make a choice to activate your health, activate your wealth, or continue on the path that you currently are in wherever you are in your season of life. So most people will choose prescription, they'll choose over-the-counter medications to help with pain, quick fixes, energy drinks if we're feeling low energy, coffee and the like. But we have a choice. And so this is why we're here today to share with you this wonderful company and this movement that I personally feel, because my drive is to elevate the health state of the world. We all see it. We all know. We all feel it. We're all in a state of decline. When I was practicing in the traditional sense, I was helping to manage 6 states. Now I am reversing and helping to prevent the sickness. And in fact, if we can prevent the sickness, we're better. But even if we're sick, there are things we can do, targeted explorations to help the body to get over a lot of these things. So LifeVantage is the activation company. And this is where we started. Dr. McCord, actually, look at these accolades. He's award-winning scientist that discovered the SOD molecule. Okay, so this is very sciencey, guys. But if you ever heard of free radicals, you know what SOD is, all right? SOD, superoxide dismutase, catalase, glutathione. These are all molecules that help us get rid of toxins in the body. Well, as we age, these molecules are going down. So he devoted his career to this free radical damage, understanding the potential of what this is doing to us as a population. So Protandem NRF2 was born in 2003, where he discovered this. And then there was an investigative ABC report that was created because the claims that were being made were so incredible that, the report wanted to debunk the statements. But we're going to show you a little snippet in a little while. So Dr. McCord, the Protandim was on the shelves in grocery stores and in pharmacies. But guess what? If you put a $50, $60 item next to a $5 vitamin C, guess what's going to sell? That vitamin C, because people are not educated to what activation versus supplementation is. And so this is why we have now converted to this modality in informing each other and sharing what the difference is, so that this product then can have the better effect. So when the ABC News report came about, this really put Protandim on the map. And since then, we've been publicly traded on the NASDAQ. I mean, how exciting is that? When we get the question, is this a pyramid scheme? There's your answer. Pyramid schemes are not legal, guys. So being publicly traded, we have to be transparent. Anyway, many universities caught wind of what was happening with this product, and they did several third-party studies, which we'll sort of highlight a little bit more. But here is the video. So take a listen.
You need to turn it up.
Okay.
Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
in Colorado and Denver. This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding. It is. We're very excited about it. His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. Bad for the body, leading to disease. Leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process. It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes. Have you discovered the fountain of youth? I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. Taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. 45%, that's excellent. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby. Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed. Following is an AB.
Excellent. How about that, guys? So can you type in the chat, how much did he reverse his oxidative stress? Can somebody monitor that for me? I can't see the screen. 45%. 45%. The significance of that is incredible. Just imagine that you have 45% greater chance of overcoming any illness, disease, or improving your energy, decreasing brain fog. All the symptoms are related to this oxidative stress. So here we have the NRF2 Protandim synergizer, and I refer to it as God's pharmacy because it is. It's 5 herbs, and these herbs are specifically combined in a ratio to affect the NRF2 pathway, which is the pathway that we naturally have that reduces that oxidative stress or that rusting on our cells. Okay, so some people might say, oh, I take turmeric, I take milk thistle. Individually, they are a fraction of what they do combined in the specific ratio. So that is why it's such an incredible product. There are patents on it. So don't think you can go and just put it together and try to get the combo because it's formulated specifically. And so what the slide is showing is if you eat through diet, okay, because somebody had asked me this question. Yes, we can get a lot of this effect through diet, but the problem is our soil is not as well nourished, right? By the time the processing goes through, a lot of the nutrients in these foods are deficient. And then when you do get a really good, nutritious, let's say, apple, you eat that apple, what we're doing is neutralizing 1-to-1, meaning for one, one free radical, you're neutralizing one free radical. And then with the little yellow pill, what you're doing is with that 1 per second, by the way, guys, this is what's happening. You're neutralizing 1 million free radicals per second versus a 1-to-1 ratio. Which one do you think is going to be more effective? This is why we're having these great results. Now, oxidative stress really comes about because of modern living. As you can see, all these things that we sustain in life is what is leading to this, right? So if we had none of this, we would have less oxidative stress, but we would still have oxidative stress because we're aging, because we need oxygen. And with the use of oxygen in how we make energy, this is a natural byproduct to have free radicals. We don't want them running around slashing and creating damage. We want them controlled. So this is what's happening with the protandem. Look at all these diseases that are resulting from oxidative stress, guys. If you search protandem or oxidative stress in pubmed.gov, you will see how it's the root of any chronic illness, most of them, I should say. So the NRF2 antioxidant is, reversing aging. Technically, it's reducing oxidative stress, but it's helping us to fight off these free radicals. And we already talked about that. But look at all these independent research studies that have been done. See, this is what I saw that led me to think, I need to take a better look at this. Studies are being done, not being extrapolated on concepts. The actual products have been studied. Okay. I want to highlight that American Heart Association did a study that showed blood vessel buildup of plaque actually reduced with people taking protandem. And I mean, there are studies of different cardiovascular things that have occurred that people have recovered from. And so NRF2 activation is potentially the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. What a statement by Washington University. So the tri-synergizers, pretty much three products. We'll highlight a few of them because LifeVantage has many products, but let's kind of take a dive into some of them. What we're doing is amplifying making antioxidants. We're supporting our mitochondria, which are the batteries in the trillions of cells that we have that are dying off because of this oxidative stress, among other things. And we're increasing our NAD levels. I love this slide because it's telling you when you take these together, what's happening. You have an RF2, so we're reducing oxidative stress, increasing our defenses. We're powering up our batteries in our cells so that we now have the power to drive and do all the amazing things we can do as humans. And then we're increasing our sirtuin, or our nervous system, and our longevity chemicals with NAD. I mean, LifeVantage has been doing this for what, 22 years? Okay. Now we're seeing on social media NADs, glutathione, all the things that's right here at our fingertip the whole time. In fact, those are external sources of these products that we can get, these chemicals that we make naturally. So that's the reason, that's the difference between what activation is that we have this capacity to produce these things. And so we're tapping into that. We're having the body upregulate how much of these we're making. And look at that when you take them together. I mean, this is not just wimpy percentages, guy. We're looking at gene responsible for fighting oxidative stress, gene responsible for mitochondrial health, mitochondrial turnover, NAD pathway. But I love the slide that comes next. Look at that. See, I'm a visual learner. When I look at this, okay, we're looking at the NRF2 gene and the antioxidant defense. And when you take protandem by itself, it's really good. 40% is freaking crazy, okay? But now you take them together, you're getting 78%. And look at the other gene. And okay, this is very sciencey, but for what I do, I understand this. Well, I just want you guys to just take a look at this and understand that these processes are going on in the body. This is my passion. This is what I see when people come into me for different illnesses that they're going through, and how I approach it is the root cause issue. So what else can we activate? Oh my God, so much more. So we can activate cells, systems, gut, tissues, immune system, hair, skin. This is our axio. It makes Marissa's brain smile. It just activates mental clarity. So if we are, and so many of us are on the hormone kick, whoo, I feel hot sometimes. I tell you what, this thing helps with that nervous system. Okay, it supports a positive mood, and it does. Combine this baby with GLP activator, ooh, my hot flash goes down like nothing with a little, energy. So anyway, this is what the Axio is doing. And if you can see here, this is a child with a cognitive issue. I can't remember if it's ADHD or if it's autism, but look at the focus and the change in how he's able to write, just to give you an idea of what this is doing in only 2 weeks of taking this Activate. And so here we have the collagen. Okay, so I can go on and on about collagen, but here's what's happening. All collagen is not built equally. Okay, this has 10 peptides. All right, one of those peptides happened to have a study that shows it reduces cancer. All right, it's a certain type of cancer. Now, we're taking it because one of the things that this particular collagen does, which is why I recommend it, is it reduces your own body's breakdown of your collagen. We have an enzyme, MMP9 enzyme, that breaks down our own collagen. Well, this is reducing it somewhere around 30%. So we're accumulating the collagen rather than we take it and we break it down. By the way, powder collagen, you have a 30% absorption as opposed to liquid, which is 90%. I mean, it's a win-win. It's a no-brainer, this collagen. So combining this collagen with protandim, we're increasing our collagen density, shown by research, by 100%, guys. And collagen supports everything. We have it in our eyeballs, in our brain, or it's not only the skin, it's the liver, the pancreas, the gut. How many of us have gut issues, which Mr. Tasha is going to talk about, but we need that collagen to heal. We need this collagen to help our immune system. This collagen acts on the fibroblasts, which are important for immune system function. So when we talk about collagen, guys, it's not only, we to look beautiful, it's about to be beautiful on the inside. So, pictures, they have the statement, look at this 30-day, 90-day results with taking the combined collagen. All these results, increasing glow, the decrease in pigmentation. But again, this is what I just said: nails, eyes, liver, better sleep, better mental state. Some people actually have felt better after taking the collagen because that just happens to be the part that's missing for them that they needed to help improve their mood. So pretty much what we're doing is we're activating, we're replenishing, and we're maintaining our own collagen. Here's Erin, who's also a nurse practitioner and a lupus warrior. And look at the change in her hand just from taking these activators. Guys, we activate our systems. We have an internal wisdom to heal. I cannot state it enough. It's so exciting for me to talk about because in my boutique, I see it every day. I see it all the time. Okay. So this is why I need to speak. I cannot keep my mouth shut. This stuff is there for you. Okay. So more pictures, and the pictures go on and on. We also have True Science Renew skin products to firm and smooth the skin, and it's a better retinol alternative. And again, it's won many awards, but I'm not going to stay on each of these too much. You can get back to the person that invited you and learn more about these. And here we have our GLP-1. Now you hear about these synthetic Ozempics and the like, okay? And yes, they do have benefits. I have a weight loss program. I use them in my clinic, small doses. In fact, I use them usually at the doses that are below the doses that's recommended for weight loss. You know why? Because I'm activating my clients. I am putting them on these things because I want their bodies to do the work. Our bodies need to remember that it has the capacity. Things go awry with this oxidative stress. So if we can control it, guess what? We're going to naturally start losing weight. We have less, the food noise that people can struggle through goes down. We have better balance. We have metabolic flexibility. Our gut, there's some improvement in that microbiome situation so that our own GLP-1 receptors are activated. We have weight loss. And so this is the ingredients profile in the product. It's a 2 product, but look at what we're doing: 95% reduction in cravings. There's an average of 9 pounds in 8 weeks, and I believe it's about 20-pound weight loss in 12 weeks. And here we have, again, pictures speak louder. Look at all these before and afters of people in just 12 weeks. And so with that, I am gonna pass it over to Miss Jatasha because we're gonna dive into the gut as it's the root of everything. And as you can see here, Mr. Hippocrates, how many years ago, said, all disease begins in the gut. Take it away, Miss Jatasha. You're muted.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes, we can.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. Miss Sharon, you did an amazing job. I could literally sit and listen to you all day. Oh my gosh. And I know a lot of this information, but although we're still learning a lot of it too, just because of since the new merger. But thank you so much for giving me the platform and to be able to share on this platform. I'm extremely grateful to be here. I'm extremely grateful for what just happened on September 3rd, the merger of this company. And so, yes, I'm from the Love Biome side of things, as you heard Ms. Sharon share. And my husband and I, we've been apart for about 3.5 years. And so the company Love Biome opened up a little over 3.5 years ago. So they opened in February of 2022. We got started in April of 2022. Now, we didn't say yes because we have health issues. That's not why we said yes. We said yes for preventative purposes. But my husband and I are extremely passionate about this whole message because we lost both of our parents before the age of 60 due to health issues. So this resonates with us in a huge way. And so now our mission is to go out there and make sure that everyone that we are in contact and connection with have the opportunity to share with their parents and grandparents and loved ones so they have all of their options versus not knowing and not having options, as you just heard Ms. Sharon share. So I'm going to do something here, Ms. Sharon, if it's okay. I'm going to share on this side.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you can see that there.
Let me stop sharing here.
Can you see that?
And I do see it.
You can see, okay. So we're going to talk a little bit now about P84 and why our company merged with LifeVantage and why LifeVantage said, yes, we want this whole Love Biome microbiome family. LifeVantage is doing extremely well. But there was a reason, and here's why. So P84, this is our masterpiece of microbiome health. So this is the fourth pillar that they added into LifeVantage. You heard Ms. Sharon talk about the protandem, the collagen, the GLP-1, and now this is the fourth pillar. And it's going to bring it all home by the time we're done. So by feeding, strengthening, and detoxifying the gut microbiome, P84 will help improve the daily working condition of every system and function of the body. So why would a person need P84, right? Like my husband and I, who I say we don't have any health issues. Well, here's some reasons, and then we're going to go into some additional reasons. So even if you're healthy, stress, that's one, right? We don't know when stressful situations are going to come, to us and when we'll be in a stressful situation. So you already want to have protection. We like to say you're going to have your army already ready to fight against anything that's trying to come in. And so daily stress takes a toll on your microbiome. Your microbiome changes constantly. So the environment that you're in, the food that you're eating, that's constantly changing. And so, of course, your system is going to be changing as well. So you need your body to be ready for when those changes come in. Crave sugar. I like to ask this question, if everybody's willing to be honest, who still has a sweet tooth? Who still wakes up in the middle of the night and go get a little something? Put the one in the chat for me if you do still have a little sweet tooth. If you were out there eating some of the trick-or-treat candy last night or the night before. Put a one in the chat for me. If anyone on this line still has a sweet tooth. And if it's no one, that's great. Typically, I have one when I ask this question. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, there's some honest people there. All right, thank you. Yes, and so again, sugar is very hard addiction to break, right? People love sugar. And sugar in your hair, is considered alopecia, right? For some, in your eyes, glaucoma, in your teeth cavities, on your skin, eczema, wrinkles, right? In your brain, Parkinson's, dementia, ADD, ADHD. Too much sugar in the body feeds cancer. So sugar is not our friend. And so, of course, we can't cold turkey it because we've all grown up with it. So you have something in your body to, again, help not to absorb that sugar into your system until that gut-brain connection kicks in to where you no longer want it, right? Or your body just rejects it. Eating clean. A lot of people say, well, I'm pescatarian or I'm vegan, vegetarian. So they think that's the answer. There's a lot of people who are sickly that are vegan, vegetarian, and pescatarian. So that's another reason why you would need this P84 system in your system. Now, it also acts healthy lifestyles. I think saw someone in the chat said they're a tennis player. I know one of my partners, Mr. Russell McCoy Jr., he's a 20 plus year tennis professional and a trainer. He's on the line with us right now. He puts this in his system because he works out, the recovery of your body, just to make sure that, things are working properly as you're out there training, putting a lot of heavy stress on your body. And then environmental toxins are everywhere. I like to say we don't live in a bubble, right? And so you're going to breathe in all the pollutants that's in the air, not to mention what we put on our skin, right? What we put in our hair, the dye, the shampoo, that stuff goes in our pores, and that also affects our gut and our brain. So these are more preventative reasons and why you want the P84 in your system if you're not dealing with health issues. But research has identified specific connections in the human body with the microbiome as the center of human health. So what does all that basically mean? It means your gut controls everything. So the gut is known as the second brain, but it acts as if it's the first brain. So it controls the brain, heart and lungs, skin, muscular, skeletal, liver, immune, hormone, you name it, the gut controls it all. Now, this P84 system, it also helps with physical performance, sexual performance, energy, mental alertness, stress and anxiety management, sleep improvement, weight management, immune system effectiveness, heart health, skin health and appearance, ocular health, and the proper function of every organ system, and again, every cell in the body. So the best way I'd like to tell people to think about this, Miss Sharon, this way, yes, it's exciting. The best way I like to tell people to think about this is that this is an adaptogenic. The P84 will go in your system and it'll literally look around to see where things need to be reversed, repaired, where damage has been, and it'll start working in those areas. Everybody's body is different, so people are going to have different results. I also like to let people know that things that happen in our bodies overnight, so you can't just expect overnight for everything to just go away. But this is starting to chip away and work on the things as you're using the Protandim, as you're using the GLP-1, you'll start to get those immediate results that you're looking for while the gut system is going in working on the years of damage that we've had, since we've been around. So let's dig into the ingredients of the P84 and what makes it all work. So a lot of us grew up on the line with our parents, right? Our grandparents telling us to eat our greens, right? Y'all remember that. You better eat those greens. If you're not going outside, you're not getting dessert, all the things they used to tell us. But they really should have been telling us to eat our colors, because although green is good, it's not enough. Color is life. So the greens help with the immunity and anti-aging side of the body, which is extremely important, right? But what about the yellow and orange for energy and vitality? We need that as well. The red blend for circulation, blood health. The blue and purple, antioxidant, mental health, neurological health. So that's why we say color is life. And then you have the prebiotics, which is the food or the fuel for the beneficial bacteria, which is probiotics. See, we need bacteria in the body. We just don't need the bad bacteria, though. That's the thing. We need the good. But our body does not know to keep the good only. So it gets rid of everything, which makes us susceptible to getting sick. So we're more open. So we're going to put the good bacteria in the body, but since bacteria can't sit dormant, it has to be fed. We have to feed it as well. So when they come together, the prebiotics here with the probiotics, which is the actual bacteria, it then makes postbiotics, or another name known as symbiotics. And on this side here, what it does is it helps and breaks down things that's in your body, because what good is putting all the colors if your digestive side of your system is not working properly? So this addresses the digestive part to break down all the things so your body can absorb it all in. Now, the part 2 of the P84, this is the botanical blends. So you have the phytonutrient detox blend. Now, this detox is not that heavy, harsh detox that'll have you running and rushing to the bathroom uncontrollably. This detox, actually, believe it or not, is very gentle. We've had pregnant women, children, and nursing women on this program as well. Now, one of the key activators that I like to talk about is noni, because a lot of people remember this noni fruit from back in the 90s. And noni is a fruit that's grown outside of the US that's been reported to help people remove cancer, diabetes, and hypertension out of the body. So the noni that's in the P84 is more potent, more stronger, 25% more potent, because it goes through a red light fermentation proprietary process. And that gives it a higher polyphenol count, and that's what contributes to restoring and repairing the gut. Then you have the glutathione precursor blend in here. So these ingredients help with your immune system, cell regeneration, healthy hair, skin, and nails, and your digestive health. You have the toxin binding and inflammatory reduction blend, because a lot of people are dealing with heavy metals, things like arthritis, gout, inflammation all throughout the body. So these ingredients help to pull that out. Then you have the fermentative assistance blend. Just these ingredients here help with energy, reduces inflammation, and improves blood sugar. It reduces the risk of diabetes, lowers blood pressure, prevents hardening of arteries, and it boosts calcium absorption. And then again, these are strains of bacteria here put a lining around the gut walls to block things that's trying to come in and break the body down. So that's what makes up P84, which is Phytopower 1 and Phytopower 2. So what makes this better as we wrap up, and I turn it back over to Ms. Sharon. What makes this better versus what you're currently doing? So what we tell people is that what you're currently doing is not bad, as you already just heard Ms. Sharon share, but what it's not doing is taking care of the entire body. It's taking care of portions in certain areas, but not getting deep down to the root. So P84 contains phytonutrients you're getting in this, polyphenols, targeted probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, fermented foods, superfoods, and postbiotics. Now, we always say you can eat all the healthy foods, but if your gut isn't absorbing nutrients properly, they go to waste. So here's just a few testimonies. I just want to share with you what has happened for them since being on the gut system. So this lady here, Miss Reed, she was dealing with inflammation, taking steroid shots for pain. She said she realized that those weren't working for her. She started on the gut system. So not only did her pain lessen, but she also lost 20 pounds along the way because it's an adaptogenic. It's not a weight loss, the P84. But if your body needs to lose, it will. If it needs to gain, it will. We've had people who've come from chemotherapy and radiation. They lost a lot of weight, tried everything under the sun. Nothing would help. They tried the P84. They gained their weight back. So again, it knows what the body needs. This gentleman right here, this is Mr. Martinez. He lost pounds and inches, over 11 pounds in 30 days on the gut system. And you can see clearly the pounds and inches off of him. And then this gentleman here, he was dealing with stress and thyroid issues coming from work. His stress started losing his hair in less than 30 days. His hair started to grow back in on the gut system. And then here's just some third-party articles that you can just look for yourself online, but we just showing you here that people are talking about this. You know, they're linking heart issues to the gut, brain disorders to the gut, depression, mental health to the gut. Everything now is linking back to the gut. And then to show you some more things that you're probably very familiar with. This movie here with this young girl, Riley, Inside Out 2, dealing with the same things we deal with as humans, up and down in our emotions due to the imbalance of our gut. Dove soap, they've recently changed their formula within the past 5 years. If you ever go to a store and grab Dove's, turn it around, you'll see the DNA symbol right next to it, microbiome gentle. This happened within the past 5 years. There's a documentary on Netflix called Hack Your Health, The Secrets of Your Gut. I would highly recommend you watch that. You'll be amazed at what's not being taught in the schools, but what we haven't learned over the years. Purina, they've changed their formula to be microbiome gentle because pets have a gut just like we do. So I'm going to stop sharing there and want to turn it back over to Ms. Sharon. I know we can talk all day about this, try to give you the abbreviated version, but thank you so much for allowing me to share about the P84. Ms. Sharon, back to you.
My goodness, thank you so much. That was amazing. I can't wait to dive deeper into this with you. OMG. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to share my screen again and we're going to keep going. Let's see if I could do it right this time. All right. I mean, guys, we all know, right, that gut health is really at the root of everything. We all know that the cells are at the root of everything. We're all looking for an alternative solution, at least many of us are, to getting to a better health state. So I think that, I'm not sure if this is resonating, but type a 2 in the chat if this is resonating with you on some level. Let's see who's getting some value here so far. Now, can everybody see my screen? Am I sharing it, Mr. Jatasha?
Not yet.
All right. Let's try to share screen.
We're good.
All right. Excellent. So All right, let's catch up back to the slide where we were. Thank you for sharing all that wonderful information. So pretty much the system, it has two parts to it, and you can get back to the person that invited you to this Zoom to learn more about it. But I am going to turn it over to Miss Marisa to kind of help us see what else that we can activate. And we are known as the Activation Nation, which is the movement that you heard me talk about. And why would you choose LifeVantage right now? Okay, take it away, Miss Marisa.
Oh, thank you, Sharon. Great job, Jatasha and Sharon. Awesome. And I'm so proud of you, Sharon, for, it always starts with just saying yes and doing it. And you're doing a beautiful job, and your passion and your heart and how you help so many people in the world is just very admirable. You all, thank you for being on. I don't know many of you, and I'm just welcoming you all. My name's Marisa Maggio-Harelson. I am an executive leader in LifeVantage. I've been a part of this amazing movement for 13 and a half years. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Right now, I'm not in Phoenix, where I live with my husband and 2 dogs. We are empty nesters now. We have a 26-year-old daughter in New York City and a 23-year-old son in Los Angeles. And so we're not right now on the beach in Mexico. So that's why I look like a beach bum today. So this kind of shows you that you can do this business from anywhere. A little bit about me, however, is that I did work in television news for almost 20 years. That was my career, and I loved it. And I worked in different markets throughout the country, including in Phoenix. And then when I had children late in life, I decided there's no way I can do that work anymore. And it wasn't good news. I'm all about happy news and joyful news. And I was always about health and wellness. And I even had a health beat at one time. But I didn't want to go back. I was 38 and 41. Now you can do the math, when I had my kids. And so I really wanted to be home with them, but I also wanted to be able to create some kind of income. And I did do that. I took some of my skills in TV news, and I was a consultant for different people and companies and things like that, but it wasn't like filling me up. And when I turned 50, I became a yoga teacher. I had been practicing yoga for quite a long time, and I just wanted to be a better student, so I became a teacher. And so today I teach Himalayan Kriya yoga, I teach hot yoga, I teach breath work, sound healing, meditation, and that's really inside beauty is what I'm about. Self-care is what I'm about. So when I learned about LifeVantage through a yoga teacher and a yoga student 13 and a half years ago, when all we had was Protandim, the little yellow pill, and an anti-aging cream, which is enhanced even now and is amazing. That's all we had. But I knew, and I built this business to the executive level just on Protandim and the anti-aging cream. And, I never knew exactly what network marketing is. I'm sharing with you what we were a retail company. We were a biotech company from the University of Colorado. LifeVantage was. It wasn't LifeVantage at the time. And after that ABC News report aired back in 2005, Lead Story with John Quinones, 11-time Emmy Award-winning reporter who wanted to disprove if this product worked, and you saw that it worked. There were $5 million of orders in 2 weeks. The company's stock went from $1 to $20 a share and quickly went down. Long story short, retail didn't work, online didn't work, so they put it in the hands of people-to-people distribution, shared that ABC News report, and that's how I built this business. I have shared that ABC News report, and then I say, now we have evolved. And boy, have we evolved. And this company is changing the way humans age. And it's a beautiful thing because this is about wellness care, and it's not about sick care. It's about trying to help people activate their systems before they have to medicate symptoms. And the younger were on it, my children were 10 and 12 when they started Protandim. They still take the products today. And Axio, the brain drink, oh my gosh. This is helping people age with vitality. We have a sick world, you saw that, and we are trying to really change that. And the science behind what LifeVantage has is incredible. Nutrigenomics is a pioneering science, and we are at the helm of it. And it's a beautiful place to be. So 90% of LifeVantage is customer based. We are so excited about Love Biome partnering now with us and having this missing piece of the puzzle of activation. We have a huge activation story, but we have amazing prebiotics and probiotic and a daily wellness, which is also a postbiotic, but it's not an activator. And I didn't understand, you guys, what this was doing, but I truly had my own, and I truly had my own health journey here recently with getting toxic root canals out of my mouth. I didn't know I had infections because it's dead tissue, but little whispers I had had with my health without going into detail. I got on the P84. I was part of the test product, part of the test group. I got on it like, it'll be 4 weeks tomorrow, okay? And I took it for a week before I had my dental surgery. Everything changed in my gut and in my poops. I'm just gonna tell you. It changed, and it needed to, because while I had always been normal and they looked normal, things were changing. There was a whisper happening to me early in 2025, and I didn't realize it was because of this. This caused some other things that was going on with my skin without going into great detail. Took care of that, but it was my body whispering. I get on the P84, within 5 days, my digestion, elimination's totally changing. I'm feeling lighter. My belly is feeling lighter. I'm not a big person at all. I don't really need to lose weight, but I don't mind losing a couple pounds here and there. So then what happened is I had surgery to get these toxic root canals out, and I was under sedation for 6 hours, and it was crazy. I had 2 root canals, but it infected my bone, my jawbone, everything. I had to have bone grafts, so I am healing. I still have stitches in my mouth. My biological dentist, who's also a naturopath, said, I cannot believe, but I can believe, because he knows about these products, I can believe that you are not inflamed like this. It was amazing. So my being on the antibiotics for this surgery and also being under for 6 hours threw off my gut again, even though I stayed on P84, but I didn't have normal poops again for that little short time after the surgery. But now everything is back to normal. I'm feeling amazing. And I'll tell you what, I'm not craving food. I am not craving foods. I'm healing. And so this is what we can do. We can share a story. We can pay for our products by just getting customers. That's fine. People, we do need leaders of the world. And people need to understand, here's a viable, beautiful business opportunity that most people with full-time jobs can do in the nooks and crannies of their life and really change the trajectory of their life and leave a legacy. And that's really what we have here. And sometimes I have to pinch myself when I say that, because I can't believe I'm part of this beautiful movement of people. It's a culture, it's a community of life-minded and like-minded people that want to elevate others. And most people do have full-time jobs, but what do you do if you don't have that job? What do you do if you're not massaging somebody? You know what I mean? The linear income versus having leverage. So if you get a good customer base, you can become a diamond seller and earn 30% commission off any customer. But then if you decide that, whoa, you want to do what I'm doing, and listen, I knew nothing of network marketing, and why are we here? Because it didn't work retail, and there was a story that needed to be shared. And I'll tell you, this is a beautiful business model that is widely misunderstood. I think it's the best business model out there because it's all about people helping each other. And we are only as successful as the people that we help. We are a publicly traded, debt-free company that just acquired Love Biome, that has the leading microbiome activator in the world out there. We're financially transparent. We offer health insurance.
Where do you ever see that in network marketing? Nowhere.
We have a legacy program, so we give back. We have multiple charities that we contribute to. We've been written up in Forbes magazine, Newsweek magazine. Steve Fife, our visionary leader, he was our CFO before he became the CEO, and he saw where this industry was changing, and he was ahead. He evolved it. And so our comp plan is actually called Evolve, and it helps those that maybe want to be online marketers or influencers or just get customers so that people can earn income while they just get customers. But then the true wealth comes from, oh my gosh, well, I'm sharing it with this person, this person, this person. I never thought of myself as a leader, you guys. I've always been told what to do working in corporate America, and I did it. So this business has helped me. It's been the biggest personal growth and development business. My children have been able to see their mama build a multi-million-dollar business from her home in the nooks and crannies of life. My husband was able to retire 5 years early, 3 years ago, because of this incredible business from his corporate America job. And because he knew what I was bringing in. He had a pension and 401k, so I'm being very transparent here. But knowing what I was earning and knowing what I was going to continue to earn, because this company is going to be a multi-billion-dollar a year company. And we're only like a $250 million a year company right now, on track to really grow and rise. And I just feel that, if you're not doing backflips over where you want to be financially, take a look at this. Get your questions answered. You can see right here, we are the perfect vehicle. Hardly anybody knows about LifeVantage. We have a beautiful comp plan. You can do this from anywhere. I'm here in Mexico on the beach, literally out those doors. That's like, I just let the dog out, and I think I forgot that I had my rash guard on and only my bathing suit bottom. So anyway, let's go to the next slide. But we have a wonderful company, and the people you see that we are attracting in this company are just stellar. So you can share a product, build and grow a team, or lead a movement. And that's really what we've done. This earnings income disclosure statement is on the LifeVantage website, which, by the way, is down right now because they're updating the system with LoveBiome. It will be working tomorrow. So if any of you are trying to get on there, you can't do it until tomorrow, but get back to that person that's sharing this with you. I'm an executive consultant 3 in LifeVantage. You can see the different levels. Sharon is a managing consultant 1. We have levels managing consultant 1, 2, and 3, and then she is going to be executive leader, and I can tell you she is. Jatasha is one of the top leaders in LoveBiome, so this is like they just incorporate LifeVantage, and I mean, where are you going to be? Presidential, right up there. Jolene is on my team in Canada. She's lovely. So everybody's journey is different. We don't compare, and we all start at ground zero, and we all can build wide and lead a movement. Yes, we have trips that you can earn. We'll go past this one because this one's getting ready to happen. But this is what you can earn too, is a Jeep. And I have a beautiful white Jeep in my home, not in my home, but in my driveway, in Phoenix, Arizona. And my husband loved it so much that he bought a Jeep truck. So here's some ways you can come in. You can be a customer and get 10% off of the retail price. A subscribing customer, earn rewards, and save every single month. Or you can come in, we have multiple packs. This is the best one, I say, because you get most all the products, and it's going to be changed a little bit. I bet tomorrow it looks different, but I want to go back to that one because I want to share with you that that one is you get 2 free tickets to our next in-person conventions. We have one in Las Vegas, our Momentum Academy, that's coming up in the middle of April. So anyway, this one's good for those that really see the business, and you get to try most all the products. I think it's going to look differently tomorrow, so let's stay tuned. Next slide, please. But this one is awesome. You can come in on the Healthy Edge stack for $250, and that gives you P84 and Protandim. And that, this is upregulating 14 gut peptides, improving your digestive enzymes. It is a game changer. You'll notice the difference. Everybody in the world, I believe, needs to be on this. I say just try it. Get on it for 3 months, 4 months, and you're going to have a big story. Other packs you can see tomorrow. These could all change tomorrow. So let's just keep going and go to the last slide. The mind body is wonderful. It's activating that mind body. And I love leaving with this quote. Erin Brockovich served on our board of directors for 5 years. And she just always says, if you follow your heart and you listen to your gut and you extend your hand to help another, not for any agenda, but for the sake of humanity, you're going to find the truth. And that is the truth. So you can unshare the screen. Thank you so much, everybody, for being on. I'm going to let you wrap it up, Sharon.
Thank
and
you.
Jatasha,
Thank you.
appreciate you all for being here
Yes.
today.
Awesome. Thank you, Marisa, for, joining us on your wonderful vacation. One day I will be like that, where I will work from anywhere in the world. And this is a great company to leverage that. desire. So if with that, we are over with our Zoom, but if there are any burning questions that you want to ask, go ahead and ask now. Otherwise, you can get back to the person who invited you to the Zoom. Thank you so much for sharing your Sunday with me. I feel so honored and privileged. Any questions for us right now? Feel free to unmute yourself and, just jump in. We're just hanging out here before we end it. You're welcome, Lisa. Yes, we'll have the recording. All right, and there are so many more stories. So just reach out to whoever invited you here. I'm going to end the Zoom now. And, we can you get in touch with, just ask any questions you want. I'm here. Marisa is here. Jatasha is here. And this is just a great, wonderful opportunity to transform your health and your life. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a great evening, everybody. Take
Have a
care.
great night,
Great
everyone.
job.